Hey guys, welcome back to Rock and Roll Rugby. And today's one, big news breaking from All Blacks camp that Sam Cane has decided he's actually coming back from Sun Goliath. He played in Japan League One. He's had discussions with Scott Robinson and the All Black team, All Black management, and basically said that this will be his last season. The man wants to step down, but he will be going back to Sun Goliath for another season, I think 2 seasons. And that would probably be his retirement, you know. I'm surprised to hear he's only 32. And I think it's because he's been on the scene for so long, you know. As long as I can remember, Sam Cane's been playing and he's had his ups and downs, you know. I wouldn't say Sam Cane to me is always the most outstanding player, but he gets games, man. Even in the World Cup, some of those games that he played in the World Cup was phenomenal. He's a guy that really puts his heart in to games, but then in between he just gets some games where he's off. You know, he's a little bit off. Now we can imagine it's left a little bit of a bitter taste in his mouth after that final being sent off for that tackle. So he will be hungry to play for the All Blacks again. But the discussions obviously went around his captaincy, and rightfully so, you know. I just don't feel he should be picked for the All Blacks just because they want to keep playing him as the captain. And obviously, you can clearly see the guy is on his way to retirement. He's battled with a lot of injuries. So it's probably a good decision that they've made to say, look, we're going to give you a good send-off, Sam Cane. You will probably play. They say they're looking towards the Rugby Championship to start playing him. Not much. That won't be that much rugby left for him. Maybe a few games still for the All Blacks, and that will be really his send-off. So he gets a good send-off, rightfully so. The guy's been the captain of the All Blacks for quite a long time, and he's been with that era of greats. You know, the likes of someone like Tui Piloto being back in the mix. That's another leader in the team that could be considered, but I don't think as quick. People like Bodie Barrett could also be considered, but we know it comes down to really, for me, two guys, but I have to say only one guy in my mind. The one person that could be considered, but again, he also played in the Japan League One. You know, Sam Cane was okay when it came to playing for Sun Goliath. He had decent games, but man, Savia had an amazing season in Japan. He's been in insane form. I don't think Sam Cane has been in quite the same form for Sun Goliath. Ardie Savea has been amazing. Sam Cane has lately shown, signs of just getting older. I don't see that with Ardie, and Ardie for me is such a good captain. I think if things worked out differently, this guy could have been the captain of the All Blacks for a long time. He's definitely that type of player for me. Leads by example, and he's just a good guy overall. So I'm a Ardie Savea fan, but I've got a feeling we're not going to be going to Ardie Savea. We're probably going to be looking at someone like Scott Barrett. And the reason why I say that is he worked with, Robinson for years. Him and Razor should know each other very, very well. And with that Crusaders kind of history, I think these guys will have in leadership a good idea of what they want to achieve. And as Robinson says, he will not announce this until June when they are going to be, All Blacks are playing England and Fiji. He will not be announcing the captaincy until then. But I gotta say, I think it's got to be Scott Barrett. Not necessarily to me, the iconic captain I would have wanted to see, but it's going to fit into Robinson's structure. So I think it's going to be him. There could be other surprises, I don't know, some might say Cody Taylor. Scott Barrett has not been the most disciplined. That's why I would have liked to see Savea there. I would love to see Savea take a captaincy, but I think with him indicating and taking that sabbatical to go play in Japan, and the feelings of what would be a good captain to be a captain for long term for the future, we're probably looking Scott Barrett. So then the next question would really be is who will they pick, for the All Blacks? If you only think Cane is coming back later, we see a lot of guys putting up their hands. Dalton Papali'i is still there. He will be in the mix, probably in Sam Cane's place. But, Luke Jacobson's also there. He's also been quite good form. So Luke Jacobson and Papa Lee, who's it going to be? I don't know. Probably Papa Lee, but I mean, because they play very similarly. So I don't know who they've got enough, space on the bench for both. Some new names that you're going to see more of, I think Tutu, definitely Oscar Tutu, definitely this year. Because, I have to say, Papa Lee, Luke Jacobson has had some good seasons. Papa Lee's been, he's a dependable player. But standout loose forwards is something that, New Zealand needs. New Zealand really needs to get those loose forwards, because this is something for their style of play. To have really good fetchers is important, and they have been lacking that a bit. They've not had the quickest of players and fetchers. A McCaw was just outstanding, and to replace that guy, I've just not seen that player come through the ranks. I think Razor's definitely got the capabilities to get the right guy in that position. But that means Kane will probably play at the end of the year. He'll get his send-off, but I don't think they'll start building on new loose forwards so that they're ready for the following years to come, and kind of have the depth when they come to the rugby championships. When they come to a rugby championship where it's going to be really, really, competitive. It's exciting times, man. New coach, thinks outside the box. Be interesting to see how he's going to match up to Rassie's, always having plans. I think Robinson's very much the same. So it's for a new era of rugby, and it's exciting. So can't wait to see what comes. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. I'll keep giving you headlines and news as we go along. Cheers, bye.